Welcome everyone. Jen Seal here. So today is Wednesday for me. It's right in the middle of the week. So we've had two nice physical yoga practices where we were doing the postures, doing some breathing exercises and such. And then Thursday, Friday will also be forms of the physical practice of yoga. But there are many different other parts of yoga that we could seek to learn more about, right? Yoga is just an expansive, there's knowledge just out there about, the various limbs of yoga that I just love to learn about. I'm constantly learning. And so I thought I would just sort of share and ad lib this. I don't have no script right now, but offer you a couple of different definitions that have come out of meditation for me. So this is my perspective on meditation. Meditation is a very personal thing, by the way, you guys. So there is no one way to do it. I'm just sharing with you my perspective on it, my definition of it based on my experiences and the people that I have trained with. It doesn't mean that there's a right or wrong way to it at all. But I think that there's just a idea, and I had this idea when I first started doing yoga. It was power yoga, and I'm like, I had no idea yoga could be a physical, powerful practice that could help sculpt and tone your body, right? And help you lose weight and help you get rid of bad habits. Like, that stuff just miraculously happens when you start practicing. But the meditation thing, laying down at the end of class or final resting pose nearly killed me. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to sit in stillness with my own crap. Move me and get me out of here. So I think we only were in it for like 3 minutes laying down at the end of class. And it's usually some people's favorite posture. Bring me into Shavasana, like for an hour. Some people like that. Some of us still, right? It's hard for us to be still. But that's what it's about. Meditation is kind of training your mind to focus deeply in the moment, like literally the present moment, no matter what you're doing. Anything can be meditation, okay? It's giving attention to one specific thing. So even washing the dishes, okay? You're washing the dishes and your mind is off thinking about the list of groceries you need to go get at the grocery store, okay? And you're worried about, putting out the trash, and, you got to, take the dog out for a walk. That's what you're thinking about. You're going through in your mind these things as you're also multitasking and doing the dishes, right? Maybe you're even cooking something on the stove. You got your hands in a lot of pots. So the definition of meditation is to focus solely on the one thing you're doing in the moment. That could be anything, right? So if I'm washing the dishes, what I'm doing with those dishes is I'm sort of putting this sort of, I know it sounds weird, but like gratitude for the fact that I have dishes, right? For the gratitude that I have, a sink and a home and a roof over my head to be able to have dishes, right? You can go that big if you want. And it gives you kind of a sense of like, oh, yes, I am actually very lucky to have these things. And then you can feel the physical sensation of, the dish liquid and actually cleaning, the dishes in such a way that you can use them again tomorrow. And the things that your dishes hold things that, provide sustenance for your body. It's food. You're usually putting food in those dishes, right? So you can get the sense of even the smell of the dishwashing liquid that you use. So all of that can become a very meditative process if you allow it. So lots of us people, all of us, we get completely distracted by everything. And oftentimes stillness, quietness makes our skin crawl. For some of us, trying to be still and quiet means we've got to listen to our own inner stuff. feel how we feel. Sometimes we don't want to feel what we feel. It's just true. And if you're watching this, you're already at that point where you're kind of like contemplating, you know what, some of the shit that I feel inside, I don't want to feel that way anymore. Like, that sucks. Okay, so take, for example, you're feeling frustrated, right? If you feel frustrated a lot, the act of meditation or just coming into stillness, even sitting in your chair, sitting in your car, sitting on a mat, it doesn't matter where you are. Don't recommend laying down because oftentimes you fall asleep, which is not always a bad thing. But you should be in a present mind of just a seated posture or standing, okay? But you want to be able to, focus, sit in stillness so that you can listen to what's there. And if your frustration is what's there, you're going to be like, okay, what would I rather be feeling? All right. And you can close your eyes or not. Like, you don't have to. Okay, if I'm feeling frustrated, what I'd rather be feeling is the opposite of that. I guess it's acceptance. You can be frustrated with a person or a thing or a situation. And so now I'm saying, okay, I would rather feel acceptance. That feels better. What is acceptance? What does frustration feel like? I mean, think about that for a moment. Let's do that together right now, okay? Take a moment to center yourself. Take a moment just to breathe, take a couple deep breaths in and out. Just try to calmly come into your seat. And I want you to imagine a frustrating situation or person or something that just, the pet peeves that you might have. Maybe it's leaving the toothpaste cap off of the toothpaste that drives you insane. Maybe it's dishes left in the sink. I don't know. Whatever it is, for me, my kids, it was towels on the floor, wet towels on the floor. It would drive me insane. I mean, off my rocker. I had to learn how to deal with that. Okay, so whatever your frustration is, and I want you to see if you can get a sensation. Maybe you cringed your face. Maybe you gritted your teeth. Like, what did you do? Like, how does it make you feel in your body? For me, I feel a lot of stuff here in my solar plexus. It's just when things aren't right, I just feel like really icky here. Sometimes it could be in your heart. It could be in your belly. You could feel your belly gurgling. It can make you shrug your shoulders and just grit your teeth. And then, so sit with that for a moment. This is meditation, you guys. This is focusing on one thing. You're focusing on a frustrating moment that you had and a way to deal with that frustration. Now you're flipping it over and you're saying, what would I rather be feeling? Acceptance. Okay. So for today, and you're sitting here right now, do it right now. For today, and this is my example. So I'm going to say, just for today, I will be accepting of the way things are in my life, no matter what. And I will say that to myself. That could be for a minute, I could just repeat that phrase to myself. And even if I don't feel it, fake it till you make it, people. Fake it till you make it, okay? So if you feel something else, like anything, anger, jealousy, sadness, depression, I want you to flip it over. Not, I don't want to feel this way, but this is what I'd rather be feeling. And then say it like you're already feeling it. Okay? So yoga's helping you, or meditation's helping you to get in touch with those inner places. And you don't have to go everywhere deep in there and get all of the stuff out that you would rather be feeling. Just the primary thing that you're feeling today, that is sort of a challenge for you, and you're going to flip it around, like I said, by saying something positive. That's called an affirmation. It could be a mantra. You could repeat it. You could come back to it throughout your day. That is a form of meditation, focusing solely on one thought, one feeling, one way of being. And it's going to help deliver you throughout the rest of your day. Okay, so But as I said, walking the dog can be your meditation. When you're walking your dog or your cat or your iguana or your rat or whatever you've got going on out there yourself, try to see if your mind is going way out there thinking about not walking your dog. All right. And I'd really love to see somebody walking an iguana down the street. I mean, that would just be amazing. But anyway, listening to your footsteps, seeing what's around you, just watching and observing your pet do what it does. My dog is so interested in every little thing. He pees on every little thing, like every 5 feet. And I'm always in awe, like, what do you smell? Like, what would it be like to be a dog, you know? And I'm focused on walking the dog. I'm focused on following his path where he wants to go and letting it be his journey. However far he wants to go, however, if he wants to go all over the place, smell whatever he wants to smell, pee on whatever he wants to pee on. That's me focusing in the moment on my dog. And then we have to, what's another example? When you're talking to a friend, conversing one-on-one, you are looking at them, you are seeing them, you are hearing them. You're not interrupting them. Your phone rings, you don't pick it up. You get a text, you don't look at it. You're focusing one-on-one with that person. That's a form of meditation. Certainly you can sit, right, and close the eyes and just breathe and focus just on your breath, right? So another form is just kind of observation meditation, sitting down wherever you want, wherever you're comfortable, and you're just allowing thoughts to come through as they come. Like clouds, I'm going to say, and your breath is the wind. And with every breath, with every exhale, you're just sort of observing. So the two things I want you to know about any kind of meditation you do, whether it be doing your dishes, walking your dog, or sitting in your seat to contemplate thoughts that are coming, not contemplate, just observing the thoughts that are coming and going in the moment, is gratitude for the thing that you're doing, gratitude for yourself. Okay, and the bigger picture of gratitude, right? We can make it bigger. Like I said, the dishes, you can have gratitude just for the dish that provides you food, the soap, the sink that is attached to your house, the house that has a roof, so you have a roof over your head. You can keep going and going and going. Your community, your church, whatever it is that you're a part of, it connects us together. Okay, and then no judgment. All right, that one's hard. You do not judge your thoughts. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge other people, maybe. Don't judge the things that are happening directly around you. Just sort of observe. And then you can feel a little bit more lifted and light, perhaps. Okay. So I want to share with you something else that I feel meditation helps us do. First of all, it directs us inward, right? We exclude distractions and we have to turn inward. We have to hear ourselves and how we feel and where we're at and what we would rather be feeling so that we can be present for others in a very calm way. And in that way, you're going to be helping others as well. Okay. But once you start feeling that deep connectedness to yourself, you can start to build sort of a nice little cushy bubble around you that even if somebody says something nasty to you, even if something is happening around you that you can't control, like you've given yourself a cushion to be okay. Okay. But in the same respect, you are recognizing that you're deeply connected to other people. Okay. So we're all individuals, but we're still deeply connected. And I want to share something with you right now. Here's another kind of meditation. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Hopefully it's still there. Okay. Okay. I'm in a little box up to the right-hand corner, right? And this is a picture that I have hanging on my wall. right? It is one of my favorite pictures. I believe I bought it at IKEA in New Haven. And it just struck me personally as, you know, I mean, it literally like hit me, you know, hard force, like, whoa. And I had to buy it. And I didn't know why, but I had to buy it. Okay. Now, I invite you right now, like just seeing this photo, if you've never seen this before, this picture, how does this picture make you feel, right? I mean, to look at it, it's kind of foreboding. It's kind of dark. It's, you know, the trees don't have any leaves. There's no hint of any life in this forest. It's just a dark, silent, dead of winter. I mean, dead of winter. And some people might see that in it. Some people might see death in that. I don't know. But tell me what you see in that picture. You answer that for yourself. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, okay, I see something different in this picture. I see something much deeper. So I want you to imagine these trees, they're individual trees. They're all different, maybe different kinds, right? They all have their different coloring, different bark, all of that, different number of branches. Some have leaves, some don't. Some are, you know, deciduous, some are conifers, or conifers, yeah. But imagine that picture, all right, a couple months from now in the spring, in April. Imagine that, those trees and that scene in the summer. What's going on there? What kind of life now, if I were to take a picture again in the summer, what would I see? Same thing, you know, in the fall, spring, summer, fall, all of those, like there's gonna be a different look to this photo. So I see potential, right? Birth and rebirth, it's there. And then the greater thing is what we see here is on the top part, right? We're looking at the top part of it, you know, from the ground up. However, underneath, I see in my mind the roots of these trees root down deep, and they all connect to each other. Okay, so no matter what kind of trees they are, they're connecting underground. And in that way, they're one, right? They're one with the earth. And so I feel like we're like that. This reminds me just of like relationships with people. Like we are individuals, but we're all deeply connected. And so when you come into meditation or come into your seat, or again, anywhere you want to be, you can pause in the moment of any part of your day. Stop, breathe, get a sense of how you feel. Approach it with gratitude, without judgment. Get a sense of how you'd rather be feeling. Say it as a mantra, an affirmation, as if it's happening. And then go out into the world. And know that you have that deeper connection. It connects you to people, to bring in gratitude and no judgment, and to work with yourself. Okay? In working with yourself, you're going to realize you're not alone. And it's a great place to start, just with a couple of minutes in the morning, maybe at night, even maybe keeping a gratitude journal, keeping a meditation journal, and note what comes up for you. All right. The more you do it and the less judgment you place on doing it right, it'll just start to evolve naturally, and you're going to figure out a way like that works for you, that works best for you. Some people like to light a candle and just focus on the candle. Okay, but I'll end you with this. So, oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of her name now. Holy moly. I'll think of her in a minute. Sally Kempton. I'll put me on now again. Sally Kempton has a book called Meditation for the Love of It, Enjoying Your Own Deepest Experience. She's got a great story, great small, types of meditation that you can try if you want guided meditation, right? Because sometimes we just don't want to sit. There's guided and there's self meditation. And I was just discussing the self part. So she's like, I got this 9-10 years ago when I was doing my teacher training, and it has been a great guide because it's just a go-to guide. But you can, go online and Google guided meditations too. There's from 5 minutes to hour long. And if you're just getting into it, I suggest doing the shorter versions first, and see if you like it. I also have 1001 meditations, and it's really thick, but it's just got different categories in here, relationships, well-being, happiness, everyday contentment. And there's different small, short statements and meditations that you can do if you don't want to come up with your own stuff, right? Just roll, acceptance, here you go. Positive perspective. So depending on how you're feeling, you can just pick something and then let that be your intention for the day. So I've probably gone long enough, and maybe some of you are going to get through this and some of you aren't. Again, we need to take time out for ourselves, and I know your time is precious. So if you did stick with me today, thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can certainly PM me or just ask in the feed. And yeah, so hopefully maybe you'll give it a try. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Namaste.